All right, here we go. Well, this is actually appropriate. This is some perfume that's called Naughty Nona, because I am probably Nona age to most NBA fans. Lighting in here is interesting, but that's not what we're here for. We're here for the 10 hottest current NBA players, according to me. Because I feel like the only people making these lists are straight men. And no offense, y'all don't know about hot men. Y'all know like who's very standard deviation, objectively, culturally considered hot. Because it's always Kelly Oubre Jr., handsome, obviously, but like basic. Cade Cunningham, it's always like light skin, light eyes, just a very socially acceptably attractive. But I have my own opinions and I want to talk about them because I don't know why more straight women do not watch the NBA, because these men, they're hot and they're all different kinds of hot. Because I feel like soccer, these men all kind of look the same. I don't know, their builds are all very much the same. Baseball, the builds are all kind of the same. Football, you have some variety, but you never really get lithe guys unless they're a kicker or something. And basketball, you see everyone's body. You see their arms, you see their pits, you see their legs. I mean, of course, people are always wearing like sleeves and stuff, but like you get a lot more intel with your eyes and intel on their thighs. So, okay, I'm gonna see if this works. Nope. I'm new here. Okay, so 10. I could do 100, but all right. 10, Tyler Herro. He looks like maybe he just left prison. And I like that about him. I like this shaved head. I like these bad tattoos. I love bad tattoos. Like you see these guys, they're obviously wealthy. And so they get like really good tattoos, but then you can kind of look around and find the bad ones. Like if you see them without a shirt on. Hence, like these jerseys are busted the house. But let's see what I actually put it, which I have to read backwards. He has a cute smile, which you can't really tell from here, but he has kind of like, but I know Lena Dunham is canceled, but I read her book. I'm a white woman in my 40s, like, give me a break. And she was talking about how she never got her teeth fixed, and like hers were kind of like mine in that they're really like square in the front. She called them her rabbit teeth, and he kind of has those. Cute. Happy Easter. He's got this kind of like prison, got his hair shaved, and the tattoos look a little prisony too. Love it. And he's like 6'5" or something, but he has more of a normal build. It's like he doesn't look like LeBron. He's not like extremely tall and extremely built. He looks like a man that like he would catch your eye, but he feels like a realistic person, and that's attractive to me. I mean, sometimes you want to live the fantasy, and sometimes you want to live the like maybe this young cute guy has a fat old woman fetish. Jrue Holiday, underrated, which I write here. He is so handsome, and I feel like no one talks about him, but I do also think because a lot of my NBA fan base, period, is very young, and so he's probably old. He's like not on a lot of people's mind. Like, he's a good role player, and I have a real soft spot for real reliable guys, like not just superstars. I mean, you look through the top 20 players, like according to the Athletic or whatever, and I'm like, they're not all that hot. We got a couple on here, but I feel like the role players get left out of the hotness discussion unless they're hot like Kelly Oubre, which is funny. On fantasy basketball, I have Jrue Holiday on my team. I'm in the finals. They are tomorrow to date this. If you're playing Yahoo Fantasy, I'm probably going to lose. Like, I don't know what's happening, but it is to my coworker who I'm like, the two ladies competing for the finals, and I'm like, whichever one of us wins, I'm just happy. I'm just happy to be involved. But I do have Jrue Holiday on my team. But my husband's team was like, he had like all the hot guys. He had Tyler Herro. He had Kelly Oubre Jr. He had, another guy that's on my list. He just had like all the hotties. was like, did you do this on purpose? And then I was like, I mean, Kelly Oubre Jr., like, he's the one guy that all straight NBA, you know, content creators know is hot, you know? And he looked at a picture of him, he said, he is handsome. So, like, he's, like, so handsome, so traditionally handsome that, like, straight men can tell. But I don't know if straight men can tell that Jrue Holiday is hot. He has a beautiful smile, but it doesn't look, okay, this is something that will come up. I love teeth, which makes me sound like a serial killer, but I love different kinds of smiles, and I love real teeth, you know, not just veneers. I don't know if those are veneers. I mean, they're clearly whitened, but I don't think he has veneers. I think he has natural teeth, or else he got a really good job, because some of these guys, they'd be hot. PJ Washington, I just don't like his veneers. I feel like when they do veneers, they don't ever make their canine teeth longer than the rest of their teeth. This is neither here nor there, but he's not ripped, but he's fit, you know, and he is old. I think he's 35, and that is appealing to me. That's age appropriate to me, because I am 42. But, you know, if I want someone actually my age, well, LeBron is as close as we get, who is hot in his own way, but he doesn't make the list. Sorry, Bron. Nor does Bronny. I don't think he's I mean, he's cute, but he's too young. I think that's part of it too. Clearly, this is more my age range. I mean, Tyler Herro, give me a call. But, you know, speaking of hot, but like very underappreciated, Maxi Kleber. He used to play for the Mavericks. He now plays for the Lakers. He's part of the Luka trade. He's very, very handsome. And his thing for some reason was like, call me, was like to do that. Anyway, I do miss him being handsome. He had good times and bad times, but I can't remember what else I put on here. Nice smile, nice build. Oh, sad eyes. That's going to be a common thread. I love like a deep set, sort of sad, melancholy eyes. You can't really tell from this picture, but he does those kind of like sad eyes. That's just like one of my things. You'll see a few other guys on here who have the sad eyes. He's a normal human height, 6'5". Maybe even shorter than that. 6'5" is, I consider a normal human height if I ever went out with someone that height, and 6'5" is the max of any man I've ever personally interacted with. He's wholesome though, which I don't know if this actually makes him hot. It depends on, you know, your definition of hot. But like, just looking for pictures of him, they're all with his wife, and his wife is like, I mean, she's pretty, but she's a very like normal looking woman, and it's just all sweet pictures with their kids, and I'm like, you know, that's hot in its own way. And that's that. Anyway, I think maybe he should be rated higher, but I was trying to get it finished, and I didn't. Like, the whole time I'm thinking, Jrue Holiday, where's Jrue Holiday go? And then I got to the last spots, and anyway, I'm new here. And I also love that his name is spelled like this. This is how Jrue should be spelled. Facts. I'm too old to say that. I thought maybe Giannis. Giannis is hot as hell. Like, I feel like he's forgotten about for being so hot because he's also such a silly boy. Like, he loves to joke, and I like that. I like someone who contains multitudes, because he's also a freak. He's always making dirty jokes, and he is called the Greek Freak. And I'm like, well, you get a spot on the list, default, because you're a freak. And he has 1 million children, so he's doing something. He's active on the court and off. He is ripped. His body is nuts. A silly, good sense of humor. Greek freak. And he's good at basketball, which you might say most of these people are good at basketball. They are NBA players that you know of, but there's a difference. There's like, okay, I know you're proficient. You know, kind of like a Jrue Holiday, where like, you're like, oh, hey, I forgot you can shoot threes. Look at him on defense. But then there's like good at basketball that is hot, you know, like where you see them go off and you're like, your domination is it's making me feel things. And Giannis, you can see him just like fight through, not even fight, just stroll through the defense and, you know, do the thing when you make a basket in the paint. He is just, he's pretty dominant, you know. but he's not. I mean, he's not old, but he's getting older. You know, in the context of most people peak at 30, I guess. And so he's a little injury prone. Hasn't been like giving the Bucks maybe everything they need, but he's given me. He is the 8th most giving it to me player on my list. Jaylen Brown. He's very handsome. His haircut, oh, he's also ripped. Like, he's keeping it tight all night. And he has the most unique haircut in the NBA. No, if someone rolls in with these braids, with these side bangs, like, they'd be like, you ain't Jaylen Brown. Who are you kidding? Are you a reigning champion? Then you don't get to have those braids. And they just really suit his face, because I'm not here telling anyone what to do with their hair, other than Tyler Herro. Keep shaving it. But it's just very unique, and it really suits his face. And I love beards. You will see. That should give you a hint who is ranked higher if I'm saying I like beards. I just think he just styles himself well. And even though he sings, because if you recall, at one point he and Giannis had like kind of a mild thing where I think Giannis did the like pull the handshake back, and Jaylen Brown's like, we're adults, don't do that. And so it's like, I kind of like someone who's like kind of serious and high strung, because I kind of feel like I'm curious how that's going to manifest romantically. But so I like that silly side of Giannis, but I also like that he's really like serious, and he's very like smart. Like, now, what do I base that on? Him being on Hot Ones. I felt like he seemed really intelligent on Hot Ones, and I liked it. I don't know. I just think he's like I think he's a hottie, but he's not. Even though he's a very good basketball player, he's good at basketball, and he can be dominant in a way that is hot. But also, I just think he's like, there's something about, I contain multitudes. Sometimes it's like, oh, he's really someone who's really braggadocious, like an Anthony Edwards, or, but then also someone who's a little bit more like business-like, you know, sort of in the way that I like a role player. So I don't know, like his kind of good at basketball is hot to me. And serious. Okay, I've covered it all. But the person missing is his counterpart, because I don't like him. Even though he has a lot going for him. He's ripped. Jason Tatum. He is handsome. He's objectively handsome. He's obviously very good at basketball. His tattoos are actually too nice. I like bad tattoos. And he makes his whole identity being a good father to Deuce. But I look like I'm saying that about Jaylen Brown. But anyway, I don't know. But because of his lack of aura, because he's corny as hell, no one's gonna be hot for him. I mean, I'm sure there's ladies who are, because he is. It's like if you don't know anything else about him and you just saw him, you'd be like, he's hot. But the more you know about him, the less hot he is. Sorry, I know he's really disappointed. Deni Avdija, which I think I've been saying wrong. Avdija. I think I've been saying Avdija. He is just like handsome wise, like face card wise. This is the card I would be scanning again and again. I don't know how that doesn't make any sense. I just think he's so handsome. I love a dark hair. I love a dark eyes. I love a dark. I mean, it's just of many. You know, I like lots of different things. But like the fact that he just like cannot keep that 5 o'clock shadow. Like he's always just like the hair is sprouting. Why is that hot to me? I don't know. But he's just a babe. And I don't feel like anyone talks about it. I don't know a lot about him as a person. Like I haven't really seen that many. I mean, I'm not watching because does he still play for the Wizards? Did he get traded? Does he play for the Trailblazers now? I'm sorry. I think everyone is guilty, unless it's your team, to not keeping up with the teams that aren't really contenders. Not like the Mavericks are contenders. I mean, they're play-in contenders, and that's my team. I didn't even really say that. I'm a Mavericks fan. I'm a lapsed Mavericks fan due to another person on this list's trade. But that thick hair, I just want to like, I want to sit on it like a shag carpet, which is from 30 Rock, my favorite show, which I reference all the time. He's got these like, they're not the sad eyes, but they're like intense. I feel like you can't really tell here. I like these like side pictures for some reason. I feel like people look hot when they're like this. But he's got intense eyes. I don't know, maybe it's like the dark eyes and the dark hair. He just looks like he's like, what's up? But like serious. He has a cute smile. You can't really tell from here, but he does. Nice build, you know, he's not shredded, but he just is like, sometimes, you know, some of these guys are extremely tall, but they're like lanky, but he's just like perfecto. Love a role player. You know, I was like, okay, is he considered a role player? So I Googled it and AI told me he was. Thank you, AI. It's worth all the computers have to run all the time for it. I think the thought is he has the talent that if he could get in the right spot, maybe he could kind of transcend. But so it's not like I ever see him play basketball and go, ooh, hot, you know, like a Giannis. But I look at his face and I go, was it? Oh, okay. Sorry. As alluded to before, I love a beard. I mean, he is the beard. His beard is magnificent. And I think he's cute. Like, I think he has a very cute smile hidden in that beard. And he's old, like me. He's in his late 30s. Mid to late 30s. I don't know. But it's like he seems elderly. But he's actually, like, you know, I think because of the beard, you're like, what does his face look like under there? Is he fat? But you can tell he's not fat. But there was that time where he was trying to get traded. I think that was the deal, right? Where he would show up, like, people think he wore a fat suit. And that takes me to one of my favorite things about him is that he's a troll. And he is, like, a funny guy. And I like that about him. But I did miss his, like, you know, his heyday. I only have gotten into basketball lately, so I feel a little sad that I missed, you know, him at his peak. But I'm enjoying him. I'm still enjoying him now. I mean, when I watch a Clippers game, you know. But I do still watch Clippers games sometimes because Derrick Jones Jr. was one of my favorite players when he played for the Mavericks. Oh, he's got the sad eyes. I mean, can you kind of see him here? Can I zoom in? Probably not. Nope. But here we go. Old school zoom. But you can see it where they're a little bit deep set. And I just think that's cute. I don't know. Maybe it makes you think they're going to be, have depth. It's not always accurate. But yeah, I don't think he makes these kind of lists because real women aren't making them. I think he's a babe. I mean, he's making the top 5, people. Alperen Sengun. I think he's so hot. In this picture in particular. I've got a voicemail. Go away. But I find myself having a hard time describing exactly why I find him so handsome. But he has the sad eyes. You know, that's your first clue. Tall, drink of water. Yeah, because he's not, you know, bodybuilder, and he's very tall, and he's tall. He's a basketball player, but he's like, I don't know. To me, this is a nice build, and let me see the muscles. You know, he's not like bam, 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 all muscle, but he is muscular. And he has a soft swag about him. I was watching an interview with him, and he has a confidence. You know, he's Turkish, so English is not his first language, but he speaks really, like, I don't know, confidently. And, I don't know, like, there is a little bit, now, Turkey isn't Eastern Europe, but it is that sort of, you know, Middle Eastern Europe cusp where I feel like people dress up, and they wear jewelry, and he pulls it off. And I like it. It's hot. No, this sounds mean. This sounds like a read. He does always seem to have his mouth open live. And I don't think maybe he does. Maybe he has sleep apnea. Maybe we could talk about CPAPs. But he does kind of mouth breathe. but like in a way that is hot to me. Anyway, and he's a very like, he's someone who, I didn't even, did I put that on there? That watching him play is hot. He is also on my fantasy team. My team, I accidentally, during the draft, drafted all, not all, but like, I had 4 Rockets players. I don't really know how that happened. It just was like, that was the best player that came around. And so, well, my first draft pick was probably Herro, which was good, but he was injured all the beginning of the season. And then I had James Harden, and then I had Sengun, Jalen Green, and Fred VanVleet, and Amin Thompson. I did trade him in because I was like, that's literally too many people on the same team. Like, that's bad fantasy. Like, strategy. It's my first time ever playing, but I am the commissioner. But, I mean, literally tomorrow, he better ball out if he has a game tonight or tomorrow, because I need everything I can get. And he is always balling out. Ball me up. Damian Lillard. This is the only man whose actual headshot is hot. Like, most of these men, their headshots look bananas. But he is a cutie patootie. Like, there's no other words for it. Look at his face. And he's got a beautiful mouth. I'm not really like a lips person, you know, more of a teeth person, but he has a beautiful smile and beautiful lips. I don't think he has, he doesn't look like he has veneers. He's funny whenever I've seen interviews, because one of the, like, when we first started watching basketball, one of the first games we watched that wasn't a Mavericks game was a Bucks game, where he did like a game winner 3 Dame time. You know, he's just walking around like this, and we're like, basketball's fun, we love it. And it just made me have like an attachment to him. And the fact that whenever he does a game winner, like, he's always just completely expressionless while everyone's losing it around him. And I love that. Like, for some reason that's hard and I like it. But then I watched an interview and he was saying that he got in trouble in high school. Like, he had made a game winner and he took off his jersey and was like swinging it around. So then he got attacked, and then the other team got a free throw and they won. And so he's just like, that's why he's so like Dame time, and then just complete blank face. It's just like a funny little story. I think he's cute. I think his personality is cute. And Dame time. And he is a normal height and build. I mean, he's pretty ripped, but he is like a normal height person that, you know, wouldn't be like, I feel like when you start getting into 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", like, that's gonna like be a hardship in your life. Glorilla knows. She saw that picture and she said, I want him. I'm like, can't blame her. And then I have that sort of blocked out. Oh, he has bad tattoos. I like that. Like, I don't know what's happening here. I don't know what that heart with the like equal sign in it is, but like he got his tattoos young, and that's hot to me. Like misspent youth before he was a millionaire is what I assume. All right, number 2. I feel like I've been personally victimized by Aaron Gordon thirst trap videos. Like, they're like, this is actually the only other man that I see portrayed as hot, like, in basketball media. Because first I've seen like a couple of sort of thirst video collage kind of things where the essence is like, moms love Aaron Gordon. So I'm like, something about him being hot specifically to like women my age is funny to me. And I wasn't like on board at first, because I'm like, the dreads are, you know, they look a little incongruous with him. And like, I don't know, he has kind of his very full lips, and kind of like, I think he might have veneers. Like, his teeth are very, I mean, sometimes he has a grill too. He just has an interesting look that at first I was kind of like, that's a lot going on. You know, the tattoos, the hair, the teeth, the mouth, the lips. And he also dresses pretty snazzy, but boldly. And I like that about him. I've come around after seeing all those videos. And then I saw an ad, this pictures for these underwear, and I was like, okay, we're fully on the Aaron Gordon train, choo choo. And like, the brand is called Sax, I think, SAXX, which I mean also is like, I guess like ball sacks. And But then I was like, kind of not paying attention. It says like it's all about the sex, and it's actually saying sex. And I'm like, what's Aaron Gordon telling me it's all about sex? And then I looked at this. That was the image, or like, you know, from the same shoot. And I was like, they got me, girl. He's hot. And he has a cute smile, and he has a humble personality. He, I've seen a few different bit interviews where he's just talking about playing with Jokic, and he's just like, yeah, like I just do whatever works for the big guy, and I find that nice because I feel like you could play with the greatest player in the world and be kind of like have a hang up about it that you're not the greatest player in the world, but he doesn't. I like that about him, and he, I don't know if I can put it on there, but like he is hot when he plays. Like when he's, you know, is he catching lobs? I think he's catching lobs sometimes. He's dunking. Oh yeah, because he was in the dunk contest when he was young. I didn't like him. For some reason, it's like the braids are now required. I don't like seeing him with the with his old haircut. But the picture tells a tale. Body yaddy yaddy. Yaddy 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 yaddy. Who was it that it made me think of? The meet off, which for whatever reason, SGA and Donovan Mitchell were both in underwear ads around the same time, and they just did SGA dirty. Like these men, it would be like really surprising if they weren't all meated up. And so his is like they did not fill out his underwear in the manner that they did Donovan Mitchell's. His looks insane, and it does make me think about him differently. And I just feel like he's not handsome. I just don't feel like he has a lot of charisma. That's the problem, I think, with the Cavaliers, is like, they're just not a very charismatic team. They're good players, but I think that does hold you back, you know? Darius Garland, I almost put on the list. He's like an honorable mention, because I think he's really cute. But I don't follow the Cavaliers that much. And so, even though they're in this, you know, dominant season, it's like I'm not seeing him be interviewed that much, but when I am, I'm like, oh, he's so cute. He has like great dimples. So Aaron Gordon, moms love him. I'm not a mom, but like I've got mom energy. I know this. And finally, my baby, Luka. Yes, I'm biased. I know he's not making other people's hottest player list because not everyone was a Mavericks fan until February of this year. But I spent so much time looking at this man, looking at pictures and videos and interviews, and I was a Luka nut, a dick rider, if you will. Like that was one's. In this case, it's a true ambition, not just slang. I mean, but I would never, because he has a beautiful fiance and a beautiful child. He's very wholesome. But he's also a young man, so I'm sure he still has his moments. Anyway, but I mean, there are the facts that he is like I can't even think straight. He has a sweet smile, and he has his real teeth. I mean, I've joked that he is like, instead of white in his teeth, he's yellow in his teeth. I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean, I just like that he doesn't have that level of rich guy vanity that he's like, I'm going to go get my teeth did. I'm going to keep my teeth how they are, and I love that about him. He's thick. He is not huge. He is not a fat ass like the fucking media tried to make him out to be. He's just thick. Do you see that dumper? Like, get you a handful and watch him go off for 40, you know? He's not been having like a go off year, unfortunately. But, you know, I do think he is still, he was still struggling coming back from injury, and then he was traded in the most shocking, horrible trade of sports history. So that's going to play with your mind, you know? Like, I think ultimately, even as a Mavericks fan, the Lakers is a good place for him. I think he is a star and playing in a big, even though Dallas is the 4th largest market, I think. I mean, it's a big market. It's still like, with LeBron's, you know, soon to be exit, he will be a great marquee player. Slovenia is on the coast, you know, being next to the ocean will be nice for him and baby Gabriella. And perhaps, I don't know, like being a superstar but in like a superstar team might have a different impact on him, because I feel like in Dallas he was a big fish and he could do whatever the hell he wanted, and that did not make Nico Harrison happy. But maybe being a little bit more of a, not like the Mavericks had Dirk and then Luka, the Lakers have this like, it's just so much of a bigger history and a bigger ecosystem that, and a bigger market, obviously, that like maybe that's what he needs, because he can be a little, I'm getting like way too into the actual basketball talk and not the hot talk, but he, heliocentric. I'm a do me because I'm, I would say last year the best player, even though he did not get the MVP. I don't think Jokic is not hot. He doesn't make the list, but I think he has a hotness to him. But where was I going with that? And I like that his personality, not playing, is so. One moment. His personality off the court, like in interviews and stuff, is so kind of shy and kind of like he does not want to sit and talk about himself. And that's been a funny thing. Again, more basketball talk, but like with Anthony Davis, who is of course an excellent player, and I think cute in his own way too. I mean, you can see, I like all kinds. he has such a distinctive look. Like he makes Aaron Gordon look like the default character on 2K or something, because he is has such a distinctive look. He has such a distinctive mouth, such a distinctive eye shape, such a distinctive eyebrows. Obviously, he's just an interesting looking man, and I don't hate it. But one thing I do like, even though he will not stay healthy enough to play regularly with Mavericks. And on one hand, you're like, well, maybe he shouldn't so that we can tank. But I don't know what's going to happen with that. Right now, I think we're locked for the play-in because the Suns can't get it together. But he is a professional. Like he got media training from day one or something. Because when he comes off the court, he is like rehearsed in a way that Luka never will be. I mean, maybe. But the way he comes out and says, I know I haven't been playing great, but I'm playing great now, and we've got to beat such and such, and like and Luka's like, it was good or it was bad. But I do like that he is sort of restrained when he's kind of sweet, like a little choir boy kind of when he's off the court, but when he's on the court he's crazy and he's yelling and he's cursing and Slovenian, and I enjoy that dichotomy. I think it's hot. And then Wholesome already said him and his family. He's good at basketball in that way. That's hot. Like when he goes off and he is doing stuff like this. And I mean, when was he flexing like this? I mean, give me a damn break. Like I understand he's not someone who looks like he has muscles, because this Eastern European farmer body is like, it's strong but doesn't show it. It's like humble because it doesn't show off how strong he is. But like, he's got it going up. Thank you very much. And no, you're crying that you lost him and he doesn't play for you anymore. But I still, because when I started watching basketball, he was the star for my team. He will be my hottie number one forever, unless, I don't know, we get some new hottie. But seeing him in a Lakers jersey is disgusting. But at least it's the purple one. I feel like the yellow, this is maybe a hot take, but I feel like the yellow of a Lakers jersey looks really bad on white people. Like it just is bad for the skin tone. It's not flattering. Austin Reeves looks so pale. Like he looks like he's never seen the sun, because that yellow just looks weird on him. I also give him a little bit of a honorable mention. I do think he's cute. He do look like, he looks like someone I would know personally. That perhaps, maybe that's creepy. Like that I could be related to. Because he's from Arkansas, They like to interbreed. I'm not from Arkansas, but I'm from Texas. But I do think he's kind of cute. But he ain't no Luka. He ain't got walking around with all that damn ass on her. But okay, hey, I did this in like 30 minutes. Can you believe it? I think this really helps me. So I will probably have more PowerPoints. I mean, in my work, I do use PowerPoints all the time. So I'm like, this is my work. This is my art and this is my work. Okay, so on that note, let me know. I wonder if any basketball fans are going to come across this, or it's just going to be people who watch my videos and just want to hear me talk. For y'all, keep whamming. If you like basketball, keep whamming. I might make more basketball content because I love it. I am a sicko for it.